I guess we live. Everybody. Check. Let me check. Check. Let me make sure these microphones working. Let me check and make sure these microphones working. Microphone check. Party people in the place to be. Welcome to Knicks Freestyle Season 5. Welcome to Knicks Freestyle Season 5. I am the resident production assistant, Uncle Freezy. And backstage, we got the creator, producer, everything else important, president, and everything else. Y'all know who it is. Free! What's good, sir?
What's good? What's good? What's
Oh,
good,
whoa!
beloved?
We
What's
got
good?
we
What's
got
good,
a party
folks? I hope
crasher.
everybody's well. I know it's been a minute.
We got a party crasher.
I'm outside.
You ain't the only one, sir. How you
We crashing.
The party.
doing? What's up, buddy? I hope y'all can hear me. I
Yeah.
got the AC running.
Oh, we crashing the parties. Okay.
Yeah. You know how I am. I always crash parties. How you doing, Keith, man? It's been a while.
What's good, brother? I hope
I'm
you're
always good.
doing well. We haven't spoken in a minute.
I know. I'm loving my cat talk, though. You know, my cat's sitting next to me. You know, he acting like a little lion right now. He a cub. He about to come out this year. Y'all about to see a new cat, man. Y'all.
Is that? I hope so. You know what's so funny? Like, I don't not want to see that. Like, that's not in all of my discussions. Like, I think like that might be misconstrued. Like, I don't not want to see that. I just in year 11 have low faith in seeing in thinking that cat is going to change its spots.
Well, if you look at it this way, he may not change his spots, but if used correctly, those spots are very dangerous. It's like if you look at Hakeem.
I mean, yeah. Look. If they get the if the lineup that of Brunson, McCall, OG, Cat, and Mitch is rolled out, I have no problems with Cat.
I can't do that. I gotta
Not
stop you
one.
there. I love you.
Not
I love you.
one.
I love you, Free Keith. But I gotta stop you there with Mitch. The reason why I say this is because it's the bench. That is what killed us. We gotta look at it as our bench has to support our starting cast. Pretty much, we got 4 guys that are set in stone that most teams don't really can't even say they have. They have 3. But if we got a guy like Mitch coming off the bench, running our defense, it'll help us out even more. So I look at him, same thing with Clarkson. I don't want Clarkson starting. I don't want Yambaselli starting. I want Unk's little nephew, Packham, starting because roll the ball out, that 6'9" dude, I'm telling you, everyone was showing me highlights of Mitchell Robinson, Tyler Kolek in the playoffs playing one-on-one of Clarkson, and I saw some videos on a 6'9" second-year guy, and I'm like,
this episode about to be crazy, bro. Is this how we start this season off? We starting season 5 of Knicks Freestyle with this?
Yo,
start a rookie.
Yabusele is not starting. Yabusele's not starting. I doubt that Hart will remain in that starting spot. I think he's going to come off the bench. But I'm telling you, Cat is way more effective.
Off the bench.
With a big man, to help him on defense, you will get a lot better offense out of him. A lot better looking player. He is what's better for the team overall, because you can't have 2 defensive liabilities be your number 1 and number 2 option as well, and not surround them with the adequate defense. And unfortunately, one of those two is a 7 foot center that cannot really defend the paint.
The
And
reason why
I'm sorry to say that's a fact.
the
You
reason
know what
why
I'm saying? That's a fact.
Mhm. I agree with Mitchell and Cat being a Tatum, but I'm using them late in games to close out games because we're going to need that defensive pressure if we're down. We're going to need those guys to step up. And here's another thing. You are right with that. And plus, Mitch can't play. He can play really good on a wing player and all of that. But late in games, we have been relying too much on Jalen Brunson. Don't get me wrong. He is
Oh,
our
that's the offense.
he's our man. But when you look at the defense late in games, you can have Cat, you can have Mitchell, you can have your McBride, you can have OG, and those three guys will help out the badness of the offense. I mean, the defense that Cat and Brunson brings, which will start our turnovers when we want to get into the games. So, like second half, I'm throwing out that team, like you said. Second half, I'm doing that. But the first half, what I want to do is get under control our offense and have people take advantage early so then that way late in games we're not relying so much on Brunson. I want this year Brunson to just play smooth like he did with Boston when he was smiling, waving. I want that killer Brunson version all season long because of durability, but I
Now,
don't want to
yeah,
rely on him like that.
we need killer. We need
Yeah.
now the fourth quarter is Brunson's. The fourth quarter is Brunson's quarter. What I want him to do is manage the rest of the game better. But there's no denying what he does in the fourth quarter, and I'll give him that. Let him have the fourth quarter or some large portion of it. That's where he thrives. But he needs to manage the rest of the game. To me, the first 3 quarters, he needs more either to be more traditional point guard about him or to play off ball a little bit more,
And I've been saying
a
that
lot
since
more.
day one. I've been saying since we got him, I want him in the half court because that's where he eats. That being said, I want it to be where the second and third quarter is our defensive quarters. So then when Brunson's eating, he's just like they're like, oh, it's garbage points. They don't really care because he's just gonna do what he do. But for me, I want Packham because what's the point of getting him? What's the point of getting these guys if we're not gonna use them? He is a 6'9" wing defender that I
Nah,
think
bro.
no, hold on. Let me explain to you why. Because if he's getting in game with Bridges, this is my whole thing. I want to run a one real quick. I know it's your show. I just want to run this by you. With
No,
Packham,
no, no. Pull it, good.
with Packham to start off, I want a 1-2-2 defense. I've been saying this, and with that being said, I want Packham to be the frontline defender. Why is that? Because Bridges can mold him. Because this is the difference. The problem that Bridges was having with Tibbs, it wasn't that he couldn't see the vision that Tibbs was giving him. He was more of I have to see it on the court to make the adjustments rather than just watching film. That's what Tibbs was doing. Tibbs was a mental coach. And Bridges isn't that type of guy. He got to see and go off the field. Because if you remember how he played against the first game he played against Atlanta and Trae Young was torching him that second half, what did he do the next 2 times we played him? He switched up his defense and made his own adjustments. That's what I want him teaching Packle. And if we get that
Yo,
out
is that what
early,
Knicks Freestyle is about? Yo, we gonna beef, bro. Yo,
yeah,
I feel like Mikal Bridges is our method man. He's the
yes,
method man of
yes.
Mikal. Method man, bro. Come on, bro. Why are we always talking down Bridges? Why are we always talking down Bridges?
I'm not talking. I'm not talking him down. I'm saying he can be the mentor and teach the defense and be the guy that helps out everyone else. That's what I'm talking about. And if Packham feeds off of it,
Yo,
what do you think is gonna happen with Ariel? What do you think is gonna happen with the rest of the team? They're gonna be like,
but
yo,
yo, I hear you. And I dig what you're saying in theory. But you also got to look at team timeline wise. Like we're not a developing team. We're a championship level team. You understand? Like I think Dadier has a lot of potential. I love Pacone. I don't see him getting I don't see him getting like significant minutes per game. I don't.
no, I
Hey,
agree with
yeah,
that.
just real quick. I'm gonna chime in on what Freaky said. I'm with him on that part, kinda. I think Dottie is gonna play and play a lot. I just don't think he's gonna get a significant role, which is different than playing
Yeah.
significant minutes, right? Like he may play a lot of minutes depending on how the blowouts look. You know what I'm saying? Like if we blown out a team by a lot, I think he'll play a lot. If we lose
Yeah.
them by a lot, I think
Yeah.
he'll play a lot. But in terms of role, like defensive stopper, 3-point specialist, rebounder, a point guard, I can't see. But what I will say this though, what I will say is this just real quick, and not to jump in the conversation and take it over, because y'all know how Uncle Freezy can be Jay-Z like sometimes with the takeover a little bit. Because the Carl Anthony Towns thing, bro, I feel y'all about all his accomplishments and all his awards. I feel y'all about his skill set, right? I feel y'all about his personal background, fit in the city, Dominican Poppy, all that stuff. I feel how that fit into the Knicks. But if he don't come out here this year and show like the next level toughness that get us a championship, bro, y'all gonna have to fight me all year. You, Free Keith, and everybody else. Y'all gonna have to fight me, because the thing that this playoffs has showed us, this playoffs that just passed, is finesse is beautiful in the regular season. But in the postseason, you got to have that grown man toughness for every second you out there on the floor. And it just can't be him. It got to be.
So you understand.
Huh?
You've been fighting me for weeks, but you literally are saying what it is that I've been saying
Freaky,
about the guard.
Freaky, can you please just let me finish, bro? Why you always got to take credit for everything, bro? Just let me
I'm
finish.
not even taking credit. I'm like, you be kicking my back in. Like, you be kicking my back in with these discussions, and now you feel what I'm saying. It hurts, man.
Cowboy Bob, you see how I just can't have a point without him just like, no, that was.
Why you think I mute myself? Because I don't want to do that to you. That's why I mute myself.
all I'm saying is, what I'm saying to you is, them games in the playoffs where my guy is like 20 points, like 12 points and 9 rebounds, bro, we cannot have it. I don't care what the opposing coach scheme. Bro, these games where Cat have 13 shots in a game, we cannot have it, bro. We can't have it. Cat has to be tough. If this playoffs didn't toughen up Cat, then when we get to the playoffs next summer, bro, we gonna have to start talking about some other options, bro. Another way to do it. And y'all know, I'm not disrespectful to no Knicks player, bro. I ain't gonna be disrespectful to no Knicks player, but if Cat don't show like this grown man bully Cat type move, bro, like, yo, we gonna have to have the conversation, bro. And no disrespect to the dude, because he gonna moonwalk into the Hall of Fame, bro. He gonna moonwalk. He gonna moonwalk in them Stacey Adams into the Hall of Fame with no socks on, bro. Right? But now the needs for the Knicks are different. Like we got to have the, because the question I asked last night on the Knicks at Night podcast is, do the Knicks have a second championship level star like Steph and Clay, LeBron and D Wade, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, right? Do we have that guy? I'm not sure Cat is that guy. And in order for Cat to be that guy, he got to go from Cringer to Battle Cat. It's a must-have, bro. It's a must-have. There is absolutely no negotiation in that, bro. We got to. We can't have like 120 rebound game per month, bro. We got to have like these games where Cat has got to. You the starter in the Eastern. You finally are the best center in your own conference, and you got to play like it every night.
Every night. You the highest paid Cat on the team. You getting paid like a superstar. Superstars come with superstar consistency.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this. I agree with the Boston series because he shot 17% from 3. He had spurts with the fouls. I agree with that, but it's a work in progress. Especially thanks to coach. Thanks to coach. Thanks to
you
coach.
Can't afford that. No.
Even
at $53 million a year, you can't give those excuses. You can't give those excuses at the money
I'm
that
not.
he's making, bro.
I'm
Bro,
saying
he's
he's gonna
30 years
change
old,
that.
bro.
He's gonna change that. And the best part
Cowboy
about
Bob,
it
he
is,
can retire today and go in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Mhm.
He don't have no more time.
I agree with that. But I think with the coaching that we have, like I keep saying, with the pick
Bro,
and
he
rolls
gotta
and
go
the
from
schemes
Cringer to Battle
we
Cat,
have,
bro.
we're gonna go ahead and get this new cat to where he's gonna be more effective. And on top of that, he had the
If
same amount of double doubles.
Jalen Brunson can go from Adam to He-Man,
Yeah.
then can we just ask Cringer to go to Battle Cat? Is that too much to ask?
And
No.
I'm not even asking for nothing wild, crazy. I just need you to be able to defend defend the paint like a 7-footer should be
I
able
need for
to
him
do.
to rebound,
That's
bro.
it. I don't need you to be. No, he's doing that. He's
Nah,
getting
bro.
he's getting his big man on the rebounding. But to me, like that's short change. Like I need your defense to be capable at the very least at your spot. You can
Freaky.
hide Jalen Brunson on defense. He's a
But
Listen to
6'1"
what I'm
guard.
saying, bro.
You can hide him on defense.
Bro, listen
I
what
can't hide a 7-footer on
Nah,
defense.
you
It's
can't. But
harder.
listen to what I'm saying about bro. In the first round, we played the Pistons, right? Who has a 6'10" center, and his backup was Tobias Harris, right? At the 5 against the Celtics, we were playing with Porzingis with the flu and Al Horford, and bro. And then against Indiana, we played against a jump shooting center and a dude that's barely in the league, and this dude is getting like 11 boards. There is no other dominant big man this deep in the playoffs, and Cat got to destroy these other dudes that's imposters. Cat, you got to destroy these imposters, bro.
I'm gonna agree with you, about the rebounding because
How?
I'm gonna explain to you with
Cowboy,
the rebounding.
how, Cowboy Bob?
With the rebounding, I
Cowboy,
agree with you.
How?
Let him
How
talk,
is
Freezy. Let
how
him
is this
talk,
dude?
Freezy.
This dude was in the playoffs playing against a center named Tony. This dude was in the playoffs playing against a dude named Tony and couldn't dominate the boards. Come on.
No, I agree with you with the rebounds because here's the thing: the
Bob,
rebound.
the dude name was Tony, like our co-worker.
The best part about the rebounding, though, I agree with you, is because it gets the ball out of the defensive hands. That's what I agree with you on the rebounding. He does
I
need
ain't
to
really
work
up
on the
for this
rebounding.
show. I ain't
But
really.
also, here's another thing.
I
that
gotta
most
let y'all
people-
have it, bro. Before I pop a blood vessel on my neck.
But here's another thing, though, that most people don't realize. When Cat was at the three-point line, driving, getting down the hill, dunking, and everybody was like, yo, he's not shooting threes, and they were slapping him, and he was finishing at the rim. That's another form of defense because, like I keep saying, you get their best guys out of the game off of foul. They get into foul trouble. They got to bring in a weaker man. He's going to
Cowboy Bob, he
Also,
was
on
being
defense-
guarded by Tobias Harris.
I agree with you. But also on defense, if he gets the ball out of their offense to where we can create, which he has done, because a lot of times you see Cat grabbing those rebounds, just throwing it down court. OG leaking, Bridges
This
was
dude
leaking,
was
getting
being
those
guarded
buckets.
by
We
Luke
can score.
Cornett and
I
Al
agree.
Horford. Cowboy Bob.
But that's why I say I agree with the
What
rebounding.
are we talking about, bro? Porzingis was out there with the swine flu, and Cat didn't destroy him, bro.
But I think we're gonna get
Allegedly swine flu.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
because I think we're gonna get it because of the coaching. The reason why I say that is because our coach isn't like Tibbs. Tibbs was too dependent on his top players to lead the team in their light as opposed to taking control. Where we got Brown is gonna be like, yo, this ain't working. We're gonna make these adjustments. He'll do it for them. And Cat's gonna eat because of the fact that he is a 7-footer. He can do better pick and rolls, and he has a lot of
But
guys.
Cat, he's not just Bob. He's not
His
just
pick and roll defense.
Yeah.
It's not, and it has nothing to do with his offense.
and he's not just a 7-footer.
Like to me,
This
honestly,
dude's 7 foot 250. He not Wemby, bro. This dude is a monster.
Yes. And what did he
My
do?
bad.
What did he do when? What did he do when
And I
Brunson was
see-
off the court?
and we'll
Hold on
watch
quick. What
guards.
did he do when
We'll-
Brunson was off the court? He ate. He had 30% of our offense when Brunson was 40% of our offense. Brunson is our point guard, excuse me, because he's our mega star, like Unk's been saying. So he's gonna get the ball more times. So technically, if we look in that position, he's going to be doing a lot of our 70% are going to come from these two guys. And what I think they're going to be is more efficient. high screen and rolls where Brunson's going to pass to him the way he tried with Mitchell Robinson, the way he tried with other guys. He's going to eat off of that. But I do agree with the rebounding because when you get that ball out of their hands and you know OG can sprint down court, you know other guy, all he got to do is grab and throw. And that's exactly what I was going to say about this. Coach said it best. He had the amount of triple doubles he had in the playoffs was similar to Jokic without Brown, who I think is a more, I hate to say it, he's not a better coach, but he'll put you in better situations than Tib was. Because Tib's like, yo, you got to see it. I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to believe in you. Where Brown's going to be like, nah, this is what you need to see. This is what you need to do. And from that, Cat, with all those fouls he was getting, driving from the three-point range, coming down and all those cuts, he's going to be way more efficient and getting to the free throw line, which is also good for him. But I agree with that. Cat has to be consistent. That's all I'm gonna say about Cat. Now we look at the reason why I say Packham to start. I only want Packham to play the first 5 minutes, so then that way we can get these guys into a defensive rhythm. You guys can shake your head, but the first 5
It's
minutes
not gonna
after
happen.
that, no, hold on, because then you could bring in Josh Hart, then you could bring in Clarkson, then you could bring in whoever you want, and then him being there, he's gonna learn because this is the thing. I see Packham being one of those guys like in the playoffs when Bridges came over that
We
helped.
learning now this season about learning. Come on,
But see,
man.
that's the
It's
thing.
no
You learn. Wait, hold
learning.
on. In life, you don't learn and then go. You learn as you grow. And I'm saying the fact that he's 6'9" on the bench, I think he has potential. So we use him out early to where he can learn and grow, and then he can learn off the bench and help out. I'll start in 5. I don't want Josh Hart in the 5. I don't mind Mitch Robinson coming off and helping. But the thing is I want to use Packham early those first 10 to 15
No
games
You
way.
gotta set
because
the
No way in
tone,
the
dog. You
world
gotta
you're
set
gonna
the
see
tone.
Pacquiao that you're gonna see Dadier in the starting line over Mitch or Deuce. No way in the world.
nah, see, that's the
No
defensive
way on
liability
the
right there.
planet.
Because here's the thing.
No way on the planet.
The liability on offense with two guys, Brunson and McBride, is a big liability on offense. Because if we don't remember 2 years ago when Brunson was going against Miami and they were sending those 2-3 traps before he got out of half court, that's the same amount of pressure. They're just gonna stick to that. Have 2-3 guys, have one in the back end watching at the half court, two guys trying to attack the inbound and they're cutting off lanes. And with their height, they're not going to be able to bring up the ball. That's why I suggested Bridges should be helping out Brunson with the ball duties. That's what I'm saying. We can find
Stati-
different angles with it.
What does this
I
stuff
don't
have to
want
do with
McBride.
Cat though? What does it have to do with the Cat though?
Because
statistically,
Cat is going to be the guy that's going to be
statistically,
coming down court. And when he's coming down court, he's going to have a mismatch because all that pressure up front is going to allow on the back end, once that ball cross half court, 1-2 quick pass to the rack. And who's going to be down there is going to be Cat. That's what I'm talking about. We need to worry about the front court pressure before we get to the half court. That's why I say McBride is a bad choice. He's good with the peel, but he gets into his own way. Same thing with Brunson, where they dribble, the head
bro,
down and focus on it. That's
you
why
could
I want
you could
Bridges helping out with the ball because Bridges can come up, create some relief off of that pressure from Brunson, and get him into where he get further into the half court. That's all I'm trying to
yo
say. But it helps Cat out because now everyone ain't just watching Cat and waiting for Brunson to get the ball and see Cat. Now they got to worry about Bridges, and when they're doing that, Cat can rotate and move around, and that's what Cat's been doing. So for me, I think Cat is going to eat because Brown's going to get him into the high screen and rolls. He's going to be able to come off of that and come downhill. He's going to get passes from Bridges because Bridges is controlling the ball a lot more than he did last season. And also another thing is early in the game.
Hold up. Hey,
But
pass the mic, man. Free keep. Let Free keep get some time, bro.
my fault, I was running. But go ahead.
nah, let him air it out. Let him air it out. All I wanted to say is like, yeah, I actually what all the stuff that you're saying sounds good. It sounds nice, and like I hear it if stuff play out like that. But if we look at recent and history, what has already happened, statistically, the top performing lineup, the top net rating lineup is the lineup of Brunson, Macau, OG, uh, Cat, and Mitch. Statistically,
And Bridges.
that's the top. That's the well Macau, but that's the top performing. That's the math. Like that's literally the results. It's not the I want to believe I can fly and this person might be able to do this. That's literally the results. And they played a significant amount of time together. So so it bears out. That is literally has been our best lineup. And going to it too late in the playoffs, sitting Hart and starting Mitch took way too long for Tibbs to do in the playoffs, that it didn't, you know what I'm saying, that it didn't gel out. But
Right.
it was our top performing lineup.
I agree with Mitch with that aspect, but here's the problem that we all know about Mitch. I'm not even going to talk about injuries because I think this year he's going to be the most healthiest he's been. The problem is the
I think
minute
so too.
usage. I think the minute usage. When we seen him go from 30 plus, Mitch has had issues defensively, and also he's out of position a lot with the rebounding. Yes, him and Cat being down there helps out OG and Bridges with
Let me hey,
rebounding.
let me just say a
Right.
thing, man. Hey, so the Knicks during the non-Tom Thibodeau era didn't even have. We never had discussions about injuries, bro. Right? We never had conversations about injuries when Tom Thibodeau wasn't here, and I'm not blaming him for that. All I'm saying is the two things just went together. Right? When Melo was here, we was barely talking about dudes missing a ton of games, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now that Tibbs ain't here, you know what I'm saying? My suggestion is to go through the Tom Thibodeau car wash and get that off you and think about Mike Brown. Whether you like Tibbs or like
Yeah,
Mike
dude.
Brown, you know, the fact of the matter is Mike Brown is the coach. You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds disrespectful to Tibbs, but the thing is he not here. He no here. You know what I'm saying? So, like with me, and I would advise other Knicks fans, if injury is your concern, just I'm not saying Tom Thibodeau injured guys. What I'm saying is during the Tibbs era, there were a lot of injuries outside of the last whatever years without Tibbs. Like we never talked about Quincy AC missing games. We rarely talked about when Melo got hurt. Melo played through it, right? We never talked about it that much. The only reason why, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, you know.
Facts. Facts. But that 30-minute though, I still think that that's a good margin for our guy Mitchell Robinson because he was more effective. He's been doing better, and I think that his free throw numbers are going to be a lot better this year because he's going to be a lot more aggressive. Now, the reason I also say 30 minutes is because if he's on the court, a lot of people like to talk about floor spacing. Mitchell Robinson can create a lot with him setting the picks, setting up shots for Cat. That's another thing. That's why I said I see it because he could come out now. I used to hate on him. Y'all remember when Mitch used to stand up like, what are you doing on your tippy toes? You rock your big body back on your back of the heels. They're going to go ahead and call moving screen and all this other stuff. You got to stay flat. He did that last season. And I agree that it will open up for Cat to where now you got two screeners to help out Brunson, and it's perfect. But again, my one problem is I have never seen Mitch play anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes of solid defense yet. And this year, I think I could see him doing about 30, maybe 32. And I love that because of what Brown can bring. But yet again, I don't know how good
I,
this second team
I
is.
see
That's my
25
question.
minutes a game. I see 25 minutes a game for this. That's what I see actually. I see at least
Okay.
until like the playoffs are close to. I see about like 25 minutes a game.
Okay.
And in my estimation, because you got Huck Porty too, which is very much lost in this conversation. But he's the first one playing next to Cat before Mitch came back that made me realize that Mitch would be like, yeah, Mitch would be dope next to Cat. Was seeing Huck Porty play with Cat.
Yeah,
Pause.
okay. That's true because Ariella as well coming off the bench. That's good. I can see that, but I want to see
This is
Mitch in
what
a 30-minute role.
like
Because if
between
you a
him,
starter, you got to do that.
between them, between him, between Mitch, Hukporty, and Yabusele getting some minutes at the five, at the small ball five-ish kind of what you call it. I think 25 minutes is what I see for your
And the
boy.
fact that you brought up the small ball five, I just want to ask you, who would be that small ball five in your opinion?
Yabusele.
No. I'm talking about all five on the small ball five. I see he's the five, but what are the
Oh,
other four
oh, oh.
players?
Yabusele. Um, 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 what's his name? Who came with him this year? Um,
Clarkson.
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 Clarkson, Hart, Deuce, Yabusele, Clarkson, Hart, Deuce,
That's
and
four.
probably one of the starters though. Probably one of the starters.
It'll probably rotate. It might be some
Okay.
nights it might be Bridges, some nights it might be
OG,
OG,
OG.
some
Okay.
nights it might be Josh Hart. You never
OG,
know. It depends on the team that you
OG,
play against.
OG.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just had to
I
ask
actually think
because
we're
I
gonna
see
see.
that.
I actually think we're gonna see OG do some things offensively this year. I think that he's flourishing in that department.
Like when he averaged 20 for that month and he was doing like 8 assists and getting like 7 or
When
6
when
rebounds
Brunson was
like that.
down, when Brunson went out with injury, he definitely held it down. He held it down. Not Towns. He held it down.
Okay. And then if that's because see the thing is like I said, my worry is the bench. And with that being said, you just helped prove to me that our bench is better than what I thought. So I could see that. And if
Yo,
Mitch is starting, then yeah, I could deal with that.
the moves that we made for our bench this year is honestly, if I'm being super honest, that's what actually has me comfortable going into the season.
Me too.
Is the
Because
moves we
me
made
too.
on the bench. I think they were the stars of this offseason, was those two pickups, which I feel gives us like 9 guys, 10 guys solid to play with. Like, pause. But like, definitely, I think like Brown has a lot of room and a lot of creativity that he could actually work with. Because even down positionally, we got like a couple guys at every position. So like, yeah, I'm interested. I need Yabusele's defense though. He's not known for being a plus defender. Just so y'all know that.
Say that
Okay.
again.
Yabusele is not known as a plus defender, y'all.
See okay. So wait a minute. So a Euro is not known for being a good defender. It's
He's
not like
not.
that's breaking news. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
but
saying? It's not
but
like
you know what?
a
Look at
Euro
Giannis.
can't
Giannis is
defend.
technically a Euro. Giannis is technically a Euro. He's a very much plus defender.
Oh my! Okay.
I was hoping that would have a little bit of that cloth in it. A little bit of that Euro.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Hey, Giannis is what they call a freak, bro. Hey, Cowboy
Yeah,
Bob.
he is. He
Hey,
is.
hey, Cowboy Bob. I want you to explain that lineup thing one more time, if you don't mind.
About me having Packham start him.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Just
The reason why is because, like I said, early in the season, I want that experience. I want him to see the court because we drafted him. I had faith in him, not just because of his height, but because of what I saw defensively when he was playing those 3 or 4 games we saw. He was really playing defense. And when he was getting blown by, I was seeing him still coming back on recovery. I want to see that early to
now I'm talking
see
about
the
the learning
potential.
part. The learning part,
The
because
learning part comes from Bridges.
your brethren is in the building. Your brother's in the
Oh
building.
man, you got my
Yeah,
arch rival.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
Double Dragon in
I
here
want you.
now.
Hey, I want you to keep that same energy up now that Dre is here.
Salute
Always
Bob,
do.
salute Keith,
Hey,
salute
Free,
Always
Freezy.
keep
do.
on.
What's up, Dre?
Hey man, I'm not even disagreeing with him.
Whoa, whoa. Wait, hold
I,
on. That's like the third time ever since I know you.
I'm
You said you're
I'm
not.
I'm higher on Baby Freezy than I am most people are.
Oh my! I don't know if this is a good idea, man. You can't have both of us agreeing. Go ahead, Dre. I want you to hear. Go ahead. You got the mic. Go ahead and rock the mic, Dre.
I feel
You
like
tell me why.
I feel like to be absolutely honest, in terms of the style of player, his archetype, in terms of like a guy that's at least 6'9" and a shooter, we kind of miss that part of the game. If you look around the league, a lot of teams have guys that are obviously Cat is a 7-foot shooter, but teams usually have a wing that's a bigger wing in the Michael Porter Jr. type mode that can shoot at a high volume, at a high clip, that comes in and gives you spot minutes and can do multiple things, whether play defense or grab some boards. I think we kind of miss that because for all the things that OG is, he's still around 6'7". He isn't like the archetype of player that is the jumbo wing that can just shoot the cover off the ball at a high clip.
Yeah.
and that's partially what we miss. And if he comes along and he can prove himself to be a rotational player this season, I'm not asking for a lot. Like if he can somehow give me 13 to 15 minutes at some point during this year,
So
he can
so
cover up a lot
you're
of
not
ills on
starting
this
him
roster.
game one of the season then.
I well, I'll say this: Mike Brown and
Ah, the Matrix got him. Ah,
might go out. My
Ah,
bad. I had a
damn.
phone call. My bad. My bad. I had a
Yeah.
phone
That was
call.
Mike Brown, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mike Brown has shown the willingness in other stops to actually play undrafted rookies and first round picks and young guys. Like you can go back to his first stint. He started Boobie Gibson, for example, as a guy, or he started Keon Ellis at points as an undrafted rookie. So he's shown the ability or willingness. If you provide him a certain skill set that he wants in his lineups, he'll throw you out there regardless of your age or your seniority in the league. If you fit within a certain context, he'll use you. And if he fits and he said he wants to play fast, nothing necessarily helps playing faster than a 19, 20-year old that wants to shoot the ball every time he gets it because he has that much confidence in his jumper. So I think he can help us. But there are certain things he has to learn. Like there are going to be
Oh
a lot of
boy.
errors that comes with playing a super young guy, especially
Yeah.
at a high pace.
When I hear your
This
point,
is not a
if
learning.
dinosaurs had ever existed, I
It
would feel
this
like
is
one. But since we know dinosaurs never existed, I don't feel like that. But I do feel like I'm archaic in my thinking, bro. My bad, Freaky. Go ahead, bro.
look, he
That's for what you're describing is for a team that's building, for a team that's a mid-level team that's just coming out of the downswing. Like they giving young guys room to grow and make mistakes. We are in the championship run. Our coach, we got to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Eastern Conference Finals, the first time in 25 years, and our coach got fired for not going further because they thought we could go further. You think that this is a year for teaching and for like, oh, let this guy make mistakes, this, that, and the other? You think that that's what's going to go on? Do you
I got
like, nah,
yes. I got
nah?
I got two
This is
teams
a
that won
championship
championships.
team.
I got two
This is
teams
a
that won
championship.
championships with young
And
players
I
that
got
did their
48
role.
others
The
that didn't.
Nuggets, the Nuggets with Christian Brown. When he came into the playoffs,
Yes.
wait, hold on. He got the experience through the season, like me and Dre's talking about. When he came in, he made 4 great plays that
But he
created the
didn't
run.
start. He didn't start.
We
Yeah,
understand that, but we're just
experience
talking
is
about
one
him
thing.
being seasoned.
Experience. We're talking about starting.
He
I'm
was a
for
talking about
me.
him
rookie.
starting.
No, no,
KCP
I'm
I'm
started.
talking about
talking about
experience.
Pacome Dadier is not that. He's not that. I know you want him to be that. I know you
I,
want him to be that. He has
13
not
minutes
shown
as a role player
that.
is, but he's a
I'm
That's
13-minute role
fine.
player.
We're talking about him starting, brother. That's what I
Okay,
have an issue with.
that's me reaching.
He's
Him
not
starting is
coming.
reaching.
He's not just gonna come into the starting line from day one. Nah. Nah. I'm all for him getting minutes, but I'm gonna tell you where the majority of his minutes gonna come out. He's gonna have to be. He's gonna. If we look at the chunk of guys that we got, if we look at
we got
our
9 in the
roster
rotation
right now,
already.
you know what I'm saying? He's a cleanup guy at best.
But to my point is the reason why I want him starting, and I know what you're saying. I may be reaching with that, but I do see him as a 13-minute player. But the reason why I want him starting is I want him to learn from Bridges, who I think is our best on-ball defender. So when he does come in later in the game and he has Josh Hart, he's not learning from Josh Hart. He's learning from Bridges to where now when he comes back and plays off the bench with Josh Hart, he looks that much better. That's what I'm talking about. Passing down knowledge, communicating, learning the game within the game, learning,
Yeah,
bro.
he
That's what I'm talking about.
he's
That's
gonna
why
have
I
to
want him
learn
with
in
Bridges.
practice. He's gonna have to learn in
Practice.
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 This is a
Hey,
championship level team.
I'll agree.
He's gonna have to be sure that he can do what he has to do when he comes out with a championship team. They gotta be sure that he knows what he that practice stuff that that learning, that getting one-on-one pointers. That's practice.
That's for the team playing when they sitting down. That's in the cafeteria.
That's
When they
not gonna happen on a team with championship expectations.
Oh Lord,
Nah, brother.
Keith.
Yeah.
I think it's I'm a more measured approach to it. We already have 9 set in the rotation, so like, can he be the 10th guy? I think he can. I'm not.
That's clean up. That's
Yeah,
clean up. The 10th guy
yeah.
may not get like may get the burn of like, oh, like we up by 20. It's 5 minutes left. I you know what I'm saying?
I don't
Take
even
out the
think he's
big
the
guys
10th
and put
guy.
in
He's
this
gonna be the
guy.
11th guy because you
He
gotta
might
play.
even be the 11th guy.
You gotta play Ariel Hukporti because if he the 10th guy, that means
Yeah,
Hukporti
exactly. And Huck Porty is playing. I'm telling you, Huck Porty is playing. Huck Porty is playing.
well, if I'm going off of what Mike Brown says, he says he wants to play fast. So
Yeah.
you're going to see
No,
3
I
guard
hear you.
lineups.
That's
You're
what
going to
I
see.
said. His
I'm not
youth
saying
is
we won't
thank you,
see him.
Drake.
I'm not saying we won't see him.
Oh no, I'm
I'm not
saying
saying
I'm
that.
saying he's probably going to err on the side of a smaller player that can shoot. If I had to guess.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's just
A
I
runner.
love the guy too. This is not even me like trying to shoot down his balloon.
Yeah, I
But
don't know about
son,
starting. I don't know about
you
starting.
gotta
I don't know about
realize
all that.
time and place, bro. Like this is
Now, that
not
was me reaching, Drake.
the point in the timeline, the team timeline.
Right.
But even in that growth, I think that he's gonna be like, even when Dre says it, I gotta step back. I was reaching with the starting thing, but again, like I said, I just want his ability to play defense to be out there, and I think that him learning from Bridges will really help out this team because he can come off the bench and be that impactful guy like Brom did for the Nuggets when he came in, had those 2 quick steals, and even scored a dunk. Like that's what I want to see Packham coming in when people didn't expect. I think he has more upside, not because of he doesn't have, we didn't see him or anything, but the fact that he's 6'9", he can play a very good defense and he can shoot the long ball. That's what I'm saying. We don't have a guy that's 6'9" that can shoot the long ball well. And I think that he could be in that 35, maybe 38 percentile if we give him the opportunity, which then helps out McBride, because now McBride, they're going to be attacking him more the way he can kick out to McBride, and McBride could be a better spot up shooter.
You talking about?
Hey,
hey, Cowboy Bob, let me do the super chat real quick. Hey, Corey Lee, thank you for the generous contribution. Corey Lee says, peace and salute to Queens in the building. Queens get the money. Mr. Barnes to his family. And Corey Lee says, Bob, my bro, stop dreaming. You doing too much. I'm just saying. That's
I miss you too, Lee. I miss you too.
Hey, man.
But hey, don't kill my vibe. I'm proud of our team. We built something where we can actually have confidence in them. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm reaching, but we got the confidence.
Oh, it been that.
Yeah,
it's been like, that for me for a couple years now.
I agree with y'all with the start, and I'm reaching. Yeah, I am. Of course, I agree with that. But everything else, I seem to think that he's going to be that dude 10, 13 minutes coming off the bench, getting us the defensive stops, creating for everyone, and he's going to have some value. Because another thing is we don't know what we're going to need mid-season. And at the very least, if we show his
Did you say 10 to 13 minutes and creating for everyone?
No. Like, not everyone. Like, he could get the defensive stops we need to where he can. I still think he can rebound. I'm not saying he's going to be Ariel, but I think he can create off of his defense, meaning getting a turnover here, getting a key rebound here, getting a key stop here to where we can then get back in transition. I'm not saying he's going to be like Bridges where he gets the block and starts running. Nah, I'm saying he's going to get those key moments where we're going to be like, ooh, that was actually a good play. He stopped something to start something, That's what I mean by creating. It's not going to be the whole play, but it's a part of the play that started. It's like a trickle-down effect.
Hey, Free Keith, I like how y'all transitioned away from Cat, bro. So now Cat can't be accountable. I feel you, though.
Nah, Cat's accountable, bro. Yeah. I think he's going to be.
I know. Yeah, I'm just saying that the Free Keith, like.
I'm going to give you a stat about Cat, though. Now, his playoff play versus his regular season play always statistically goes down in the playoffs. That's math. Don't be mad at me. Go check.
We didn't create math. We didn't create math.
Jalen Brunson, who gets paid half of what he gets paid, goes up significantly every playoffs. It's just math. I didn't make the numbers up. I'm just telling you that these are the numbers.
What they are. We just dispensing information.
I think Cat is getting a super light. Like nobody questions, can't question Cat. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, he's one of the guys that you should be holding to the highest of standards. He's the highest paid guy on the team and will be for the next 3 years. Because he's at 53 million today. It goes up every year for the next 3 years. You have to hold this man accountable, and it's more than just offense. Point blank, period. You're getting superstar bread.
He is a max player, though. Cat is a max player, but we just would feel like
do it to the max.
A max player in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
But then again, when was the last time we had 2 players that made All NBA?
So what?
I'm saying the start of what just happened with this new coaching. I see him being way more efficient, and he's gonna surprise a lot of y'all. I see him getting about last year. He got 26 points. I see him getting about 28, 13 points for the season, and then in the playoffs, I see him getting about 30 to about maybe 10 rebounds, and that's gonna come from the 3-point shot as well as him playing off of rebounding. He steps up his rebounding. He's gonna be good. Yeah, and there's a lot of players that bloom late. A lot of players
bloom
late.
Like look at Kevin. Late? He ain't getting played like he bloomed late. Like what? Yeah. It's a lot of stuff circling this dude that y'all just give him passes for. It's year 11. This is not his first times in the playoffs. He's been in the playoffs multiple times.
And before he even
he's a seasoned superstar player.
He had one of his best years 2 years ago in the playoffs with Minnesota Timberwolves.
Under Tibbs.
I'm not disagreeing
with his best playoff run under Tibbs.
Bro, the I knock on Cat is that he always looks great for a 2 to 3 game stretch, and then he revert back to slightly below average playoff numbers. Like there's always a blip on the radar, and all we're asking for is max player efficiency. He shot 35% from 3 in the playoffs, bro. He shot.
You should feel like you're stealing money.
Under 50%. He shot under 50% from the floor in the playoffs, bro. His rebound numbers went down. Like everything about Cat, through the whole playoffs went down, bro. Like the dude.
Every playoff.
In the playoffs, he averaged 11.
This is a problem.
Rebounds. Yep. And he played about
we can't mention that
35 minutes.
And I'm told by every Knicks fan that it's the playoffs that matter.
Can I shout out Corey Lee?
Yeah, man.
Corey. Salute, Corey. Hope you and your family good, bro.
Yeah, man.
Salute, Corey.
And thank you for the generous contributions. He says, preach, Keith.
I understand the
it's not about me hating somebody. Put my dislike or like or whatever aside, even though my like and dislike is very much tied to these numbers and actual statistics, bro. Like I told Katz when he got here, I was like, he needs to play next to Mitch. There is no reason in the world a team would have spent 4 first-round picks to get a guy that they needed to put next to a superstar that they were about to be paying superstar money.
But what you also missing is what we mentioned earlier about Brunson. Every year, Brunson has accelerated, even though we put pressure saying Brunson got to do better. Now, with that knowledge, Brunson is our captain. He's also going to pull Cat aside and say, you can do better here. Because why? What is Brunson really, really good at? The mental part of the basketball, the physical part of the basketball. He can help out Cat. Them two should be on.
I'm not saying that Cat is mentally. I'm not saying Cat is a mental midget. That's not what I'm saying. Right? I don't think the mental part. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is there is a level of step up that needs to occur when the playoffs start. That's it. I'm not saying he's physically soft or mentally soft or emotionally not there. I respect him as a human being. I'm not calling him that from a distance. What I'm saying is
there's skill. I'm sorry.
You got to be able to diversify your game in the playoffs for that 2-month stretch after the season. I mean, I don't care if it's you getting in better shape, right? Maybe you keep the same weight, but you tighten up, right? Maybe you get more rest. Maybe you rest more in the play. Whatever it is that you need to do, it's got to be impactful on the floor. I'm not saying that Jalen Brunson need to be his therapist, right? All I'm saying is when April, May, and June get here, right? We can't have him not be impactful. In order for us to be a championship contender every year, you got to have a Steph and Clay. You got to have a Mike and Scotty. You got to have a Magic and Kareem. You got to have a Joe Dumars and Isaiah. You got to have that type of combo. You got to have a Bird and McHale. You got to have that. And say it's Jalen Brunson
Yo,
and
teams.
it can't be Junior Walker in the All Stars. Is basically what I'm saying.
Can I ask y'all
Teams don't
something?
step
Yes,
on the court.
absolutely.
Teams don't step on the court fearing a guy like Towns the way they should,
Keith,
and we all see that.
Keith,
But go ahead.
Keith. Against the Pacers, the Knicks only had 2 players that were positive in their minutes. Can you name them?
Towns and who?
And Deuce McBride.
Yeah,
And
Deuce
Deuce.
didn't play enough.
And
So,
Deuce, and Deuce
so
wasn't.
to me, that screams there was a misalignment in coaching philosophy and skill sets on the roster. To me, that says to me, hey, a lot of times during this regular season, and yeah, like there's a lot of accountability that has to have. There is a lot of accountability that has to fall on Cat's shoulders. But like, bro, for the majority of the season, we just rolled the ball out and told Cat like, hey, just ball. We didn't make the game necessarily easier for him. Like, and even in the moments, his best moments in the playoffs, it was some
Yo,
craziness that didn't make sense. It was some tough shot, him falling out of bounds, doing the most
But he a
ridiculous stuff,
superstar.
scoring
He
like
did
20 straight
superstar
points
stuff.
in a quarter. Like
but he's a
none of these things are
superstar. That's what you
sustainable in
expect.
normal basketball things.
No, they're not. You're right. But in the playoffs, that's where a superstar's supposed to shine.
Right.
But I'm saying you can't keep going to the well playing bad process. You can't have a bad
So
process and just
was it?
always
But
expect the superstar to bail you out. It
so
can't.
every playoffs that he's been to has been a subject of bad coaching. Is that what you're
No,
saying
no,
to
no, no,
me?
no, no, no,
Because
no,
this
no, no, no,
happens
no. That's not what
every
I'm saying.
playoffs he's been to,
That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying at all.
pre, post, and during tips.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I said a lot of it falls on his shoulders especially in terms of efficiency. Because even on Minnesota, when he'd have a good series, he followed up with a bad one. When he'd have a good one, a bad one, he followed up with a good one. You have to have the consistency within his game. But I also believe, hey man, when Spreezy said Steph and Clay, it was just like Clay wasn't consistent at all during those playoff runs. Clay had multiple great
His
games,
his
but in the
defense
finals, if
was
you look up
his
Clay's
defense
finals
was
numbers, those numbers are not impressive
His
whatsoever.
defense fell off. His defense fell off as he
No.
started
His
playing.
defense stayed the same.
Nah, his defense was elite, bro. Really?
during the championship years. You bugging
His
out.
No,
defense
not
stayed
the
the
first
same.
three. Not the
Clay
first.
was
But
one
Not
of
the
the
first
top
three.
defenders on the team.
but
But Dre, what about Scotty? Did Scotty numbers fall
and
off?
Mike and Scotty is absolutely right.
Right. What about
You can say
LeBron
Mike
and
and Scotty. You
D-Wade?
need a dynamic duo. But
That's
in
what I'm
this
saying.
iteration of the NBA, you're almost as good as your weakest link than you are as your strongest link. Like in past iterations of the NBA, your most dominant players always dictated the outcome. Now it's about depth. Bro, if you looked at the
Tiz,
Pacers roster, who on that team is the crazy superstar? They didn't have a great dynamic duo. They when you looked at Pascal and Halliburton's numbers when they beat us, Halliburton averaged like 15. Pascal was like at 21.
But they had
Like
T.J. McCollum.
it's about how you can target teams' weak points opposed to how great your superstars are. Like your superstars will have to
I,
have an impact, but at certain points, man, when you saw matter of fact, when you saw OKC win, right? Jalen Williams was supposed to be their number 2. That dude was inconsistent the entire playoffs for injury, but they
yep.
were dominant because of the depth and they played elite defense. Like you have to share the load. Like, yeah, Cat needs to step
You
up. Cat
you
needs to imprint. But at a certain point, hey man, Mikal, you need to figure out a way to get me an efficient 25. We need that tonight, this particular night. Hey,
Dog,
OG,
there
completely erase
there were
the number one player on the other
there
team.
were complaints.
So,
There were
Dre, so
complaints
you're saying we need to
about Cat.
You're saying we need to
There was
rotate a
complaints
superstar
about
here,
Cat's
is what I'm
Yeah,
defense
and I
hearing.
think we're
every
talented
year.
enough to do that, Freezy.
Go ahead, Freaky, my bad.
Go ahead, Keith. Go ahead, Keith.
There was complaints from the from teammates and the coaching staff about Cat and his defense all
Oh yeah,
year.
his defense was
The
horrendous.
communication, they was like, yo,
Dog,
can you
and
just
you just
communicate?
said it. You gotta have elite defense as well. I'm not saying him individually, but you cannot be a negative on that side, especially the position that you hold. I think what Tibbs did, that I think was wrong last year is he was playing
Drop
them
coverage.
like how he was playing Brunson and Randall. He was playing Tibbs, JB and Towns. And Towns ain't like, he doesn't play like that. But he also saw better success when Brunson wasn't on the floor.
Yeah.
That's all you asking
And the
from
whole
him.
point
Really.
of getting Mike Brown is to make those two mesh together seamlessly. That's the
Yeah.
whole point of getting Mike Brown. Because they're
Yeah,
talented
If
enough to do it.
if we don't, it's a wash. That's why y'all think that I just want Mitch up front because he plays good defense. No, he helps in an area where Cat is weak at and allows him to look better and play better all around. And I think that if he doesn't, we're washed because him and Brunson have to be able to play at their highest level. Put
The-
Cats in the position to succeed.
I agree with that, but then here's the negative that most teams are going to start to do. The teams are not going to play their best up front when Mitch is on the court. They're just going to wait till Cat is the center or when we switch out center of Mitchell Robinson and then take advantage of it. That's what also Dre is talking about when you say you have to have the right position and the right help. You just
Then you
can't
throw in
rely on
Huck
one thing.
40.
So, but
You
hold
throw
on
in
though.
Huck 40. We got options. He just needs that big man. He needs that big man defense next to him. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think
He
I
needs
think if we take
quality.
I think if we take not the pressure, keep the pressure on Cat, but I think if we put the light as a whole throughout the whole team, because we already know what Brunson's gonna do, but if we give everyone the same not pressure, but the same critique as we are with Cat, Cat will do well enough to where a lot of his flaws will not be there, and I think Brown can do that. That's why I say Cat is fine. What I'm worried about is the consistency, like Dre was saying, like y'all are saying about in the playoffs. I think by that time, throughout the season, he will figure it out. That's what I mean by between him and Brunson need to be alone, figuring out and talking. Because to me, when I look at Brown, how he developed Fox, how he developed Cat, to me, Fox is not nearly as good as Brunson's development before he got to Brown. What I mean is Fox may have been playing well with Brown, but he wasn't as developed as Brunson is now. So we have that upper hand. Nor was Sabonis when we have Cat, because Sabonis can't shoot the three. Sabonis is good in screen and rolls, and he plays a lot of games. Cat won't play a lot of games, but offensively, Cat can do it. So once they get that Tatum going, we're going to be fine to where even though he's still going to have these inconsistencies, he's still going to be good enough to where we can win and depend on him. Because again, when Brunson's off the court, Cat was going downhill, getting those fouls. He's going to be more efficient with the free throws because it's going to be more on him now, and he's going to feel comfortable. That's what I'm talking about. I still felt that Cat. Yes, you're right. It's in year 11. He should be comfortable in this league, but it's a new team to where now he has a new role. It's just his role change, and he's upgrading himself. It just within 5-7 games, I think we'll see what he's really gonna be, and we're gonna be fine.
Nah.
All right, so Corey,
we got to give it. That's too little. I give it. I normally give at least like
between three. Accountability
like
is
10.
key. Excuses are monuments to nothingness. Oh, but I had to squeeze that.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Ski. Yes, sir, Ski. Yes, sir, Ski. The excuses, and I'm telling you, the higher up the totem pole that you get, the team is depending on you more. Him and Brunson are the two pillars of the team. It can't be no excuses. It can't be no mights, maybes. He's like, yo, in year 11, I should know what you've given me. I know what Giannis was giving me year 11. I know what every other superstar that was a superstar by year 11. You know what they was giving you.
You can't compare him to an
Come
MVP.
on.
You can't compare him to an
No,
MVP.
Okay. I wasn't comparing him point for point, like saying like he's equivalent. I'm talking about being in that equivalent space.
Just
You
being
are
Talent wise,
by your paycheck, you are a superstar.
right? Talent
You are
wise,
on this
Cat
team.
probably
You
has
are the
more skills
second
than
leg.
Giannis by
You
far.
are the second leg of this team.
And
I'm
just for
sorry,
the
you
and then
got to
for the
come with
let
it.
me just address the paycheck thing, right? So the paycheck thing, I think people are out here wilding talking about Cat money, right? Get y'all ass out of Cat pocket.
No, get
For
your
one.
man, get your
Not
money,
you,
black
not
man.
you,
I'm not
not you,
mad at it.
not you. I'm talking
I'm
about in
not
general.
mad at it.
I'm talking about in general. In general, when we talk about a team's highest paid player, the Boston Celtics, which are in our division, have 2 of the top 7 highest paid players in the NBA. This is just how basketball works. And they make $10 million a year more than Cat. Right? It's not even close.
And they got a
Like the
chip.
Boston Celtics' second best
And they
player
got a chip.
make, but I understand, but they've been together longer, dog. Right? There
But
is
they
an
got a
element of,
chip.
yeah, I know. I'm with you, bro. You know, I'm
That
with you,
first
bro.
year that first year that Brown became the highest paid player ever, they got a chip. It was worth it.
I'm with you, but they came in day one together, though. Right. Well, so it's and so you know how I feel about it. You know, I'm ready to win right now, right? But I do think what Dre said does make sense, though. The Knicks have to have a consistent number 2 guy, even if it means it's a different guy every night, right? We'd like for it to be Cat because of what Free Keith said. You getting paid like a superstar. This shouldn't even be our problem. But I think what Dre is saying, like, if there's a night that Cat can't be it for one for scheme, injury, off night, whatever it is, we still need a guy that we could say, "Hey, man, we need you to do this tonight," right? And so I think as a matter of fact, I'd like to hear more of that. Maybe when we get some time, maybe we could talk about the Knicks rotating their number 2 guy. Man, we need to get some probably have some more dialogue about
Yeah.
the dispersion of responsibility.
Can I
After
chime
his
in
bridges,
one last thing?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, the Cat thing. Cat got his money before this new CBA. If this CBA was out, he wouldn't get this much money. So, like,
Yeah, but we
yeah, I
paying him
understand.
now.
Like, hey, play to your contract, bro. They was giving out max contracts like hotcakes for the CBA, and now the money is different. Like, they're not giving out. They would not give Cat that max if it was
and
2025 and he was up for a
he
contract.
had a trading
Matter of
clause as
fact,
well.
Then
if he stays on the Knicks and he gets an extension, it's not going to be a max. I can guarantee you that.
He actually made an extra
it's gonna
$10
be
million
more than he's
just
making
getting
now.
traded. Hold
Yeah.
on. He got an extra $10 million
It could be
just for
more than
being
that. I
traded.
don't care, but the max is about the percentage.
Yeah,
Like, he's not
yeah.
going to get that 30%
Bro,
of the cap max. He's just
I
not.
think the new CBA would be different, though, Dre. The new CBA they're going to negotiate, and I know this is like a topic for a different show, but I just want to put that out there to your point, just food for thought. Like, because I know you're right in what you're saying, right? Because the percentage of the cap doesn't make sense for the production that you're getting from that player. So both sides would have to come to a, hey, Cat, you got to give us, 28 and 16 rebounds and shoot 44% from 3 and stay healthy and play defense in order to get that number. Or you got to take this number that's traditionally more for a real second option.
You could
Because
take into account
Cat
the team
legit
that
is
he
a
just
number
left,
one
Freezy.
option playing with Jalen Brunson.
You could take into account the team
bro,
that he just left.
they
Rudy
got rid of
Gobert was
Cat
making
because they
$40
didn't want to
million
pay
a
him.
year, and they told him, "Hey, man, you gonna take this extension for 3 years, $90 million. You taking a $10 million less pay cut. You're still a good player, but
Yeah.
you're not worth this amount of money." And that's the tough realization he's gonna have to go through. Like Fred VanVleet went from making 40 down to like 25 because the front office called his bluff, and it was just like, "You are a productive player. We still want you here, but you're not gonna be making max. Like, no,
Nah,
it's
and
just not
not putting up
tenable."
them numbers. Those
I
numbers
rather
are
the
reserved
numbers.
for star players, for mega stars.
I rather the numbers, yo. I rather the numbers. Honestly, like I rather the numbers because to tell you the truth, if we're not gonna get those numbers, then we straddle with a bad contract.
Not really. If we do go the way that Dre brought up, where we have
See, now
like
Freaky done gone too far.
yeah, I think you
I'm just
missed it
saying
too. Because
his
if we do
his
have a
numbers go
consistent
up
number
every
two, we're
year.
good. But
I,
you still got
I
other
know.
players that can do that. You even said consistency from OG. I believe it's Bridges. You can use those three guys as a number two on any given night, and we're still good.
Macau.
I love Macau
I
because of
think
his
it's
height
OG.
and his experience, and even OG. Because if you think about it, OG as a number two, that still gives Bridges more on defense to where he ain't got to be reliable on offense. So at any given moment, it helps out if it's OG because now the defense steps up with Macau Bridges. And if it's Bridges, now OG's gonna be feeling some type of way on defense where he's gonna be creating from it as well. Because those two guys on the court gave us a 99% defensive rating in the playoffs. In the playoffs. And I'm talking about they're gonna come out in the season doing that. So whether it's Cat or one of them two, we're fine. I just think that we just need the consistency from them getting. I'm not saying they got to score 20 each. I'm just saying where moments like when we won the playoffs against Boston, what did he do? What did Bridges do? Drop like 17 or something like that in the second half, and he was just eating and then got us in the rhythm when we were out of it when we won before Tatum went down. I think it was game two when we went up 2-1. Like that's what we need. We need that, and I think that we have that in those three guys. The problem is like y'all are saying, the money he's getting paid, he should be doing better. I don't think that's fair because the league changes. They do a lot of different changes on him, and Cat should be held accountable. But so should
Yeah,
Bridges,
because
and
we
so should
spending
OG.
$96 million on the wing, and we rarely talk about their checks. We
Yeah,
rarely talk about $96 million between OG Bridges and Josh Hart. That's almost $100 million for our wing players, and we rarely dig in their pocket.
and especially Hart. Hart should be helping
What?
out, bringing up the ball. What Hart did last year to me, I think he just got overworked. But what he did the year before, coming off the bench, helping out, creating, I think that that's what we need more of. Because if he does it, even we saw him have spurts where he almost scored what that one game he almost had a triple double with like 20 points. I was like, go, Josh. I'm not expecting that every night. But his contribution and rebounding is helping out with playmaking, helping that out. He can be our TJ McCullough as far as
I
how he
think for
comes off
what
the bench and be a spark.
Yo, hey, yo,
I feel
real
like
quick.
for what they're expected to do, I think that they're paid adequately.
Okay, just real quick, everybody. If this is your first time here, man, subscribe to the channel. Make sure, yeah, everybody here coming in the door, man, y'all hit that like button. For my people on X, man, make sure y'all follow us on X. We trying to grow the community on there. We trying to grow on Instagram. I think Instagram we might have hit like 800 followers on IG. So Instagram, you the redhead stepchild. We trying to do better. IG, we'll be there. Eventually we'll get back to Twitch and all these other places, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting out of here, get the Discord up and running and all that stuff. But whoever here now, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all comment. For those of y'all watching on replay, we love y'all, right? We love y'all, man. Make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, replay gang. Make sure y'all comment replay gang in the building. For those of y'all that been with us for 68 minutes, man, we appreciate y'all. Hey, go ahead, Free Keith, my bad. Yeah, bro.
No. Like that's honestly, it's funny because like I came into tonight, I really wanted to talk about what like. I wanted to talk about Yabu, and Clarkson like being what I feel like what we the major pieces the major minor pieces that we needed, and feeling like okay, like we're about to come into this season. I did not mean to have another cat kicking cats back in session. You know what I'm saying? That was not my intent.
He got a big
But
back though. He a big back.
but we here
Seven
now.
foot back.
But I tell you this, I feel like if you want Cat to play better for the team, you're gonna want somebody like Mitch or Huck Porty next to him while he's playing. That's all I'm saying.
Dre, one of the points that when I hear the Mitch conversation, when I hear the Mitch conversation, one of the things that bothers me about the Mitch conversation is not just Mitchell Robinson himself, who I love, right? Right. The thing that bothered me is that outside of Cat, we don't have a person on the roster that shoots high volume for three that shoots 40% from three. That bothers me. And I think that puts the emphasis, that makes Cat look smaller. And that even Jalen Brunson this year shot 38% from three, down from the past 2 years. Right. And so when you add a weapon like Cat who can shoot 40% from three, but he's your center, but your guards and wings are not deadly knockdown 3-point shooters, it makes all the possibilities and lineups that we have irrelevant or outdated, because how do you get spacing on the floor when none of your guards and elite wing players are passers, none of them are elite drivers to the rim, and none of them are elite knockdown 3-point shooters? It's one of the conversations that we don't have, because we are, as a fan base, we are a superstar centric fan base. Like, we put all our hopes and dreams on Melo. We put all our hopes and dreams on Brunson. We put all our hopes and dreams on Pat, but we don't hold others in account. Like all those wide open shots that are created for guys that shoot the three at 36%. Deuce McBride, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart. If your 3-point percentage it starts with a 3, then there will be no floor spacing unless you pick up the tempo and run.
Agreed. And even Mikal Bridges shot 35%. So our third best 3-pointer was just as bad as Brunson. Like, I totally see that. That's what I think Dre was talking about with getting everyone efficient. I'm not expecting those three guys, Brunson, Bridges, and OG, to be shooting 40%. But I would like to see, if we have those three shooting 39%, I think that's dangerous. Because now we're not just relying on Cat, because Cat
on spot up threes, it's got to be in spot up open threes. If it don't start with 4, it's no good. Period.
Yep. I
Right.
agree with
Double
If
big
your
lineup.
If your free throw don't start with 7, I don't even want to hear the conversation.
Facts. And
Double
that's
big
another
lineup.
thing. And another thing people don't even realize, if you really look at the schemes of how the defense went, 2 years ago, Brunson was getting to the free throw line like 9 or 10 times. And the most last year was SGA with 8. So if you really look at it, our free throws need to be more on point. We need to be stepping that up as well, because that's what slows down the game and gets us started. Because
I'm with Cowboy Bob on that, bro.
There's a lot of things we missing out if we just talking about threes. It's free throws. Y'all know how I am. We was missing free throws in the playoffs. I'm like, come on. But we can hit a big 3. Everything adds up, man. It doesn't matter if you make it 3 in the first quarter. It still adds up late in the game. So those free throws as well, we need to be shooting 85% as a team, and I think we can, because the free throws are going down.
Did that man say 85% as a team?
Yeah.
As a team? 85% as a
we
team.
We gotta relax, bro.
Wild.
Calm down.
Wild.
Like about 75.
Wild.
We gotta relax.
75%.
Like, niggas we gotta shoot 100%.
Nah, 75 to 85. Because I forgot about Mitchell Robinson. I forgot about Ariel. I forgot about the other players.
Hey, Cowboy Bot, and just real quick, Cowboy Bot, to your point, the Knicks were 5th last year in the NBA in free throw percentage. The Knicks shot 80% from the free throw line last year.
But I'm crazy for saying 85%. Okay. You're right.
Corey Lee, thank you for just contribution. He says Leon Rose taking shots in the dark. Ooh, pause. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I don't think, I look at scenarios like this. We run our double big lineup out. I liked how mobile Mitch looked on the perimeter. Way more mobile than I really thought that he was going to be. Able to keep up with guards and everything. Now imagine, what do you do now? You got Mitch in the dunker spot, and you got Cat. You got Cat beyond the 3-point line. Who's guarding Cat, and who's guarding Mitch?
Teams will just put a center on Mitch, and they'll put a power forward on Cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know what?
Cat,
you know what? If I may, just real quick, because I understand where Dre going. I think teams way out on the perimeter. Teams would put a
Way
small,
out on the perimeter.
just hear me out. Teams will put a small wing player on Mitchell Robinson because Mitchell Robinson is not going to dribble or shoot. And they'll take Mitch's man, a center, and put that player on Josh Hart, right? So then you'll have a center guy.
No. Josh is not
Yeah.
in this lot. Josh isn't in this lineup.
Oh,
he's not
like
in this
Josh?
lineup.
You don't like Josh?
No. If Mitch is on the court, that I'm thinking of a Brunson,
Bridges.
McCall, OG.
You talking about the starting lineup?
Cat,
a starting lineup
Mitch.
with Mitch in it. A starting lineup with Mitch in it.
Yes, with Mitch in
All right.
it.
So
with Mitch in it.
What Dre said is right.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna have your power forward on the 7-foot center that's shooting threes. You're getting it over him. That to me is an easier shot. That's an easier shot than even the center stepping out.
I don't even think it'd be that.
Now that I think about it, the perimeter.
Now that I think about it, I think they'll take their biggest athletic wing player and put him on Brunson, right? And then take Brunson's defender and put him on Bridges, and then Bridges would be the one with the most
advantageous
who's on OG
matchup.
Match. Yeah.
Who's on OG? Who's on OG?
Yeah, Pascal Siakam or something like that to be on OG.
Nah, dude.
Yeah,
like this, every team ain't built like that, bro. That's a very dangerous lineup, bro. Like that's a very dangerous lineup, and like you have to make business decisions. You have to make business decisions.
I understand, but you're not gonna waste your rim protector on Mitchell Robinson at the 3-point line. We know Mitchell Robinson not do nothing out there, bro.
And what is that going to leave Mitch as? He's in the dunker spot. He's cleaning up any bad shots. Then he's getting the rebound. So you're not getting.
Dog,
no. I said Cat. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Cat in the dunker spot. Cat in the dunker spot, and Mitch in the paint.
Well, if we're going by normal spacing, and we know about Mike Brown is not going to have two bigs in the paint. He's going to have Cat at the 3-point line.
Yeah,
corner or wing extended, or you might see him in a little
either way.
You might see him in a short
either
roll,
way
throwing lobs.
So if he stretches out the bigs, because you got to put a big on OG.
Well,
you got to put a big on OG.
If we're calling a spade, teams are not going to try to put anyone other than a center on Mitch, because if you allow Mitch to be in anywhere near the paint with a little on him, he's going to clean every rebound.
Yeah.
Yep. So teams
now you're 7'2". Your 7'2" center who's 40% from three is shooting over whoever's guarding him.
Yeah.
With cleanup by Mitch right there under the basket.
But a team's best rim protector is going to be on Mitch. You don't take your rim protector away from the rim.
Yeah, you need a couple guys on Mitch.
No,
Mitch is eating. You need a couple guys.
No, you don't. Not before. No, you only need a couple guys on Mitch when the shot is in the air. You don't need.
Well, I say this even. What I see cats guarding Mitch on defense when the ball go up, trying to box him out 2-3 guys.
That's what I just said, dog.
Yeah,
that's what I just said.
And then they also in the play they cancel each other out. Rim protection. It's not really going to do that much on the offense, because now you got them down low and you got to worry about the perimeter, which also gives the opposite team ability to cut around Cat and come in for a long rebound, because there's a lot of 3-point attempts. So you got to worry about that as well. So the floor spacing will open up. But if them two are down low, you just got 4-on-4 coverage, and the court is technically open. Because while Mitch and the other guys boxing out,
what we also failing to remember.
That's just one scenario.
OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges are not snipers from 3.
Exactly.
So anytime Mitch is
they're not snipers from 3, but they good enough.
Nah, you can't be good enough.
OG from the corner. OG from the corner is money.
Nah,
it's money.
He's 40%
he
from the
takes
left
a lot of
side,
shots, but he's not money,
right
bro.
side. but he's
I'm
not money.
telling you,
He
OG
took
from
a
the
lot of
corner
attempts
is
from there.
money.
Nah,
Took
he
a
40%
lot
is
of
money.
not.
attempts.
Nah, he not,
He's not.
bro.
I looked at the stats.
He
Majority of his
not.
threes was
You gonna
from
make
that
us pull
area,
up
so
his
it's
shot
considered
chart?
really
He
high.
not,
Yep,
bro.
you could. You'll see. Most of his threes are on the left and right. He shot 41% here and then 40% here. But that was like, let's say out of 300 in those two
41%
areas.
from the corner.
See? That's what I'm telling
That's
you.
nothing.
That's not a lot.
Exactly.
That's
No,
nothing.
No.
that's nothing.
41% from corner three is
That's
nothing.
only two
Okay, all right,
spots.
all right.
That's only 2 spots. You got to worry about the whole 3-point. I would rather you be able to shoot, let's say 38% from the 3-point around the 3-pointer than just 2 spots, because now you're trapping yourself. Because in that spot where he's at, he has to catch it off of a screen or catch it off of a kick out. And it's very rare you're going to get
Look,
those open looks. And that's a setup spot as well. So it takes away
if
from
it's
him because
one
he can't
guy,
go nowhere in the corner.
if Cat is on the perimeter offensively, if Cat is on the perimeter and Mitch is down low under paint, the opportunity. If one guy, even the center, even the rim protecting center, is on Mitch, they're getting out rebounded that game. They're getting out rebounded that game. Offensive rebounds will be out the window with Mitch. Because you will, if it's just Mitch and one other person down there on under the paint, he's scooping up all the missed shots.
Then again, to go back to your point, you said 25 minutes. How many rebounds are you expecting Mitch to be getting in that minute?
Huck Porty. Then we got Huck Porty. This is what I'm like, yo, we got people to suffice. I'm just
There you
saying
go.
25 minutes. 25 minutes for health's sake.
Look at the left side, how it just thins out. That's basura, man. You gotta have it nice and even
Look
around
at,
the court.
so he right. So he's in that one corner. He's 38.4% from 3. Right. The league average is 38.9. He's not even league average. And then on the other corner, he 37.8. The league average is 38.3. He's below league average, dog. This is what I'm saying. I'm not bashing Ogugwa. He Nigerian. Nigerians got to stick together, bro.
Hey,
What I'm saying is he just
if
not
we all on this optimism, he only in year what? What is this year 6 for him? He can be better.
Yeah, he can be
Cat is
better.
in year 11. Cat is in year 11. He can be better. Everyone is saying, so why he can't be better? We already seen him getting better. We already seen OG getting better.
But we not talking about, we not bashing OG. What we're saying is,
I'm just saying.
No, I know what I'm saying is the lineup that you mentioned is going to be problematic because of the spacing, because this guy and another guy in the lineup are not very good. So when you try to employ exotic lineups with substandard production, it makes the exotic lineup neutralized, because the thing that would make it effective is not doing its job. And there's no knock on OG because he's a fantastic player, right? It's just that certain lineups are just going to be problematic. Is basically you're not going to get the result that you anticipated based on historical.
Well, statistically, that lineup I stated was our best lineup.
And here's another thing too. You see this,
but
is
that was also under a different coach running a different offensive
but
system.
if you're using history, I can only use history.
But if you look at Bridges, shot chart.
Duly noted. That's a fact.
The same.
That's
it's
a fact.
Same.
I'm saying, like, what am I supposed to use?
Facts. Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm just saying, if you look at that right there, where he's best at is the same spots Bridges is best at. So those two players are going to cancel out the floor spacing. That's why I'm agreeing with Uncle saying, because Mikal Bridges shot 41% from one side, 39% from the other, in the same exact spots as OG. So when you want to get them hot, they're gonna be in the same spot.
Bob, what if I told you there's two corners?
And yet with them two, that was our best lineup.
They're two corners. It's not like there's only
that was
one
our best
corner on the
lineup.
court. There's 2 corner threes that you can take. That's traditional corner spacing.
But what I'm
You can
also
And
have
the
saying is
both
that
fluidity of
the defense is gonna be successful to that, knowing that them two on the corners, whether it's opposite side or not, they can close out to where it's a trap. You can't go from one
nah.
side. Once you're in that
Mikel's
corner, look, see what I'm
Mikel's
talking about?
mid-range game is crazy.
But
And
look at the
actually,
shots.
Mikel has a very good mid-range game, though.
But if you look at Brunson got the side and the center. If this is what I'm talking about, if you
Okay.
look at it, it's different with Brunson. I'm telling you, it's gonna cause confusion.
I don't think so. It didn't. It was the best actual lineup.
I don't know.
That's a fact. That's
For
a
me,
fact. I
if
don't
we're
care if
gonna
it was
be
a different and honestly, if you're saying Tibbs, if y'all saying that Mike Brown would be better in terms of whatever this, that, and the other than Tibbs, that lineup was the best lineup under Tibbs, so it should be even better under Brown. No,
No, and that was a smaller sample size too. You talking about in that one
no,
series?
it wasn't. That was no. These are lineups that played more than 11 minutes per game through the playoffs.
Okay, all right. So here's the thing I want to show everybody about Bridges. If you look at Bridges shot 45.8% from the corner, right? But he did that on 120 attempts, right? So that one corner, Bridges is above elite and knocking down the three, right? But in the other corner, he's right at league average, right? At about 38.8. The league average is 38.3, right? The
So
thing
then,
is, the thing is if we have OG and Bridges taking these corner threes and we're getting mixed results, to say the least. The only difference, only one guy is red hot from one corner. Everything else is right at or below league average, right? But the thing
okay.
about it is OG Anunoby is a better three-point shooter overall than Bridges, right? Or from all around the perimeter, right? But if we had one guy that could shoot 40% from three and do the same thing those guys do defensively, the whole outlook of the conversation Free Keith talking about is different.
Of course, but we don't have that guy. Wait, we don't. Okay, I'm speaking from a standpoint of what we have, the reality of what we have,
Okay.
the reality of what we have, and we still got that same core. The reality of what we have got us to the Eastern Conference Finals after 25 years, right? And purportedly we did not go further because of the excuse that's given is because of the coach.
The substitution
You know what I'm
pattern.
saying?
You got a
And
13
yeah,
point.
so
You got a
now
13
we got the
point
same
lead
team.
with 6 minutes to
We
go,
got the
and instead of going
we
defense, you're gonna go with offense
we
to try to blow them out instead of trying to win by one. Because all you
we
need is
got the same team. We got the same team. We changed the coach. We actually got a deeper bench for that coach to play with. I don't see what the problem. There should be no problem.
okay.
There should be no problem. I don't know why we now complaining about those same lineups that we saw successful that Tibbs was holding back. They here and they got more firepower. There should be no problem. Ain't no Tatum, ain't no Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be no problems for us.
Okay. Yo, so we got hey, I want to do this just real quick. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna put my guys backstage for a minute and just say, hey, Free Keith, we got like 60 seconds, bro. You got something to say to the folks before we get out of here?
Yo, look, we're gonna have a good season. We're gonna have a good season. I can't wait for the training camp even to start because like I hate talking this nonsense, what you call it talk about like who our 10th man, 15th man pickup gonna be. But check me out. Don't let any of my talk about Cat or what you feel is me negatively talking about Cat let you think that I have anything less than the highest of optimism that we go into the finals this year. When we go into the finals this year, I think that we're going to be watching a very special run. So with that said, With that said, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna sign off with y'all. I'm gonna sign off with y'all
All right.
today and Freezy on a positive note. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad my fellas came on to talk today and chop it up.
They
You know what
bum
I'm
rushed
saying?
you, yo.
That's
Bum
all
rushed the
right.
show.
That's all right.
And
I'm
we
from
ain't
Crack
paid
Era,
them too.
Brooklyn.
We agreed.
And we weren't gonna let Free Keith talk. We just gonna cut Free Keith off every chance
I
I get.
love it. Give me some of my own. Give me some of my own medicine.
Hey, thank you everybody for coming out watching the show. This is Knicks Freestyle season 5. We're glad y'all here. Thank y'all for hanging out, man. Our anniversary, you know what I'm saying? The anniversary season, 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment in the comment section. Replay gang, we love you. X, Instagram. Hey, we appreciate y'all. We out of here, y'all. Peace, everybody.
Y'all have a good